I was with the Ontario Corn Producers Association at the time, and we were really keen on what we could do with biotechnology. We'd had a glimpse of what this new technology could do. We had opportunity to expand it. We saw the best way of doing that was partnership with other farm groups and organizations, so that was the driver for us to help create Ontario Agri-Food Technologies.
In the first year, it was critical to set up a governance system, created a board of directors, and how we structured that board, how decisions were made. But we also had to show success very quickly, and having brought Murray to Ontario was part of that success, but then we had to demonstrate that we were standing up in public for science relative to biotechnology and starting to work on the idea of taking research and getting it into actual productive changes that benefited Ontario agriculture. But we had to get some early successes, and we did so.
Well, this was an opportunity. Gord had called me, and then I talked to him and Ken, I believe, and we made a decision that I would come on to Ontario from Saskatchewan, where I was Deputy Minister, and prior to that, President of Ag West, really to help get OAFT up and running and focused on the biotechnology sector and agriculture here in Ontario.
Murray had enough time to establish our credentials internationally. He'd made the connections, he'd set things up at the national and at the international level, made everybody a believer in what we were trying to achieve. And then Gord Surgener came along with his strengths, which was more intimate knowledge of research and the farm groups and the commercial players in Ontario, putting them all together, making ventures happen. And from my perspective, it couldn't have worked better.
Importantly, we knew that we had different roles in society beyond just food and feed. And if I had one thing that really changed in my mind was here we were now into biofuels, into biochemistry, bioplastics, biocars. And very importantly to me, those other industries embraced us and said, how do we work together? And I think that's something unique about Canada, and one of the things that makes Canada successful is we can work across disciplines.
I used to work for OMAFRA. I'm now retired, but I was the Director of Research and Innovation. And in that role, I sat with OAFT and organizations like that. I think the world's our oyster now, and what we have is an innovative chain, and everything's well established, and I just see great things going forward. What we see is the connections and the integration and the collaboration is where Ontario Ag's position and where we're going is just very well positioned for the future.
Of course, it benefited the University of Guelph since the inception of OAFT, and we've been a member of the organization right from the very beginning. We had the opportunity to see issues and challenges and problems that the agri-food sector was experiencing and bring those back to the researchers and scientists here at the university who could use their creative energies to try to come up with solutions. And then following the market chain back to the private sector, be able to take those ideas and put them into actual operating practice. So it was a tremendous opportunity to be able to work from the laboratory to the farm and backwards again in a true 360 relationship between private sector and university.
It is a phenomenal organization, and the people that we sit around the table with from a board perspective are best in class, come from different perspectives, and add a lot of value to not only the conversations from a governance perspective, but to be able to make a difference in Ontario.
I was sent to Ontario Agri-Food Technologies by the horticultural industry, where I'm the research chair. So it was natural to send me to these meetings. But that was several years ago, and I have found it a fascinating experience because of the diversity of technologies that I've been exposed to. A lot of it is outside of my ordinary day-to-day horticultural business and interests, and I just have found it a fascinating organization to belong to, and you meet people from a wide diversity of agriculture and agri-food.
So Harold, I gotta ask, will you give OAFT 2 thumbs up with me?
I certainly will. 2 thumbs up.
We've worked with OAFT on 3 research-based projects to date, and our global expansion has been supported by Tyler Whale and his crew at OAFT, and we owe a great deal of our success currently today to their support.
OAFT was founded by intelligent people and actionable people who knew the value of our network, the value of trust and timeliness and collaboration. So they set up an organization that was a really good model with good programmings at work and have showed timely results. So as they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And going forward, OAFT will do much the same. We'll identify and commercialize new innovations and new technologies coming from Ontario or elsewhere in the world. We'll develop and share our network, continue to focus on the past network and the new network that's impacting agriculture today. We'll focus on sales in international markets, and we'll advance new areas of focus such as digital agriculture, big data in agriculture, greenhouse gas mitigation and clean tech, automation, deep learning, productivity and process improvements, all of the myriad things that we collectively need to do to lead Ontario agriculture towards positive global impacts. I'm really looking forward to the next 20 years of OAFT and working with people like you, and that's why we're here today celebrating together of the past 20 years, but looking forward. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you to all those involved in OAFT. Cheers to us.